And welcome back to Humble Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D. With me today,
I notice.
yes, and today we have another surprising, awesome stream from Union Arena, a card game that has just came out here. What was it? November? No. This was just before October. We had the super pre-release that happened earlier this year. Then we had the release, which was what was it, September?
The super pre-release was in September. Then the official release was in October.
Yeah, that's right, in October. And now in November, we got ourselves coming up the big championship treasure cups and everything else. But now going into the 23rd, we have what 1 week before the new JJK sets up. So we're only 3 sets into this brand new card game. I don't know if you guys have heard it. This is my HR manager. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but this is an absolutely outstandingly new fun game from Bandai, where it plays a lot like One Piece, and that's why why we're in One Piece, but also because there's no other space for Union Arena right now. But the new card game has come out, plays a lot with a similar thing with the resources, where you have 3 AP costs. We're done. It's like they definitely capitalized on making sure that you can't get resource screwed, I guess is the term. Like, you can definitely keep playing cards so long as you see them. It is definitely a lot more, I would say, varied. Would you say, like this one, the way the hands work? Because variance can definitely punish you more in this game than other games. But we've definitely been playing a lot of games. We've been working through. I've got some really cool deck lists I want to show you guys. There's new applications. Also, huge shout out to the guy who's been working day and night. We're going to show you this guy. He's created a sim, alpha right now. Remember, alpha. So do not go into this thinking you're getting a final product. If it crashes, that's what alpha means, right? You're going to see a lot of crashes. You're going to see a lot of headaches. You're going to see a lot of issues going on with this thing, because he's just created a brand new sim for us to be able to play the Union Arena card game and allow us to be able to play just like the One Piece card game is working. And I looked at what he's got there. I like some of the stuff that we've seen. We're going to go over that with you guys. I'm going to post that link in the chat and Twitch. I'm going to try and get my mods to push that out to YouTube. So, hey, YouTube, if you're out there, good to see you. And for the people out in Twitch, Twitterland, because we're on 3 different platforms right now. Those out in Twitter, if you want to see this stuff, take a look at my social medias. I'll be putting some tweets out there for you guys to get access to it. You have to have a Discord account to make sure you can keep track of what's happening to it. Definitely recommend following that link, going to the Discord, checking things out. But it's just a huge lift for an independent creator who's been trying to do something that we desperately needed for this card game to really get to the next level, which is an emulator, guys. We need something where the game is taking off. The sales are great. Gotta look at the numbers, dude. Have you seen the numbers for some singles and stuff? Yeah, just absolutely outstanding. And I can understand why too, because the game's a lot of fun. There's some big chases, some big hits. I was talking to some customers the other day where this is the lowest investment for the highest return you can possibly get in a TCG. Like it is like $75-$80 per box, and some of these cards can go for thousands of dollars. There isn't a card game I know. Well, maybe I'm just being blind, but there's not a lot of card games I know that you can invest so little into buying a box of the product and have a high chance of getting some massive returns financially. Do you know of any that I'm missing? Do you think, I haven't looked at Vice or anybody out there.
I don't think they go too high, in the thousands. Maybe a couple hundred, but not thousands.
Yeah. Seeing that 3-star Ichigo's signature card, which by the way is now seeing some sales, because people are starting to see the confidence in it. Huge big sale that came out the other day, around just over $900, which is really good considering the initial price. I think most people were like 1,000 something, and it's a lot to ask for people to pay that much money into a card game that they don't know is going to be any good. But I will tell you guys, after playing the game, working within the community, seeing what's coming from Japan, I have a lot of faith that this card game is going to be able to take off. So long as the community can get together, the Bandai can get the product out to the players. That's absolutely paramount. We need to get people out to play the card game, and I think the sim's going to help people, because the sim, you don't need to buy anything outside of maybe you can support the guy. I highly recommend you support the guy, but you don't have to buy the cards. You just make the decks that you want. You can play around with it, and there's events coming. There's tournament events coming. We're going to get into that soon, because a lot of us at the Humbro community are going to be playing in a lot of these big events, and hopefully representing you guys in Worlds if that's our lucky chance. Obviously you have to get lucky. But before we get into all the awesome news, I got the stuff all set up for you guys. I can't wait to go over every bit of the new things that are happening with Union Arena. Bless you. Uh, awesome things we have coming in for Union Arena. I do have this thing for some of you that might not recognize the Humbro channel. We always give away product on channel. This is literally for free, guys. All I need from you is to go into chat and type !join. Now, for YouTube land, obviously, we're going to have to get some other system to get here because this is Twitch right now where we have the link set up, and I have my mods that are going to be telling me some names I might need to add to the list. But if you pop this right here into the chat, maybe even rate a comment, put a tweet, comment on the tweet next to the thing you're watching right now. That'll help me put the stuff in the list for you. And one of you lucky duckies is going to come home with one of these 3 packs. Do you actually? I always have my guest pick. Here, pick 3 packs out. We got some potential amazing alt art hits left in box. All right. So these 3 packs are absolutely free. All I need from you guys is to get into my Discord, check it out. Make sure that you guys can get get access to me and be able to talk to me so I can get your address. I don't want to hang on to it. I don't like the platforms that I'm currently hosting on because they don't allow you to delete information. That's why I go to Discord, where you guys can delete the information because I want to be able to get this to you, but not hold that information because this isn't what this is about. This is about you guys enjoying your time on a Sunday, watching us play some Union Arena, see some awesome game deck, see some awesome new deck lists, some evolving news, and because of your attendance here, all you gotta do is type that in, or just comment on the other, on those other platforms. And at the end of the stream, we're going to be giving these 3 packs away, whatever the contents are. It is a community box, guys. Community, which means every single pack goes to you guys. I don't get to pull out the signature cards. I don't get to pull out the alt arts. I get to e-beg for them. Just kidding. But all the contents are absolutely free to you. Now, obviously, I'm going to be using postal services, so it's a little slow mail. But it is what it is. This is how we have to actually get the product at a decent cost anyways, because this is absolutely no expense to you guys. All right. So, do you have anything before we go into the news?
Just pretty much fun game. If you've seen people talk about it, convince them to try to play with you. Split boxes, just play.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up there because what we're doing at Lifelink Games, and I'll show you guys more intuitively when we show up the desktop here. But there's a huge thing that we're trying over at Lifelink Games to help people get into the game. And we've noticed from the last 2 sets, and we've done this multiple times. You can check out our VODs on Twitch where we were streaming before most of the time. But you can check out those VODs. We are doing these things where we open up 3 boxes of a new set. Usually you get 2 of your friends and you like split it up and you pick a color because each set comes with 3 colors. And you can split it up saying, okay, I want this color. I want blue. I want purple. I want yellow. Okay. All the cards outside of the alt arts, the signatures, and the APs that come in these packs, those that the person who opened the box keeps those. But everything else, it's like I wanted yellow, so that means I'm going to get yellow from those 2 players, and I'm going to give them my purple and my green to the individuals. And from that, we've been able to put decks together. Decks that I'm going to showcase to you guys today, where it cost me next to like $10, I think, to upgrade all of them to being tier 1 quality for each one of these deck lists. And we open these things up, we make the deck lists, we showcase it. This weekend during the JJK pre-release, we'll be doing the exact same thing because we're going to have a bundle available on Lifelink Games when we can start shipping out. For $300, you get 3 deck box, you get 3 boxes, you get sleeves, and then you get us to open it up on stream, and we get us to make the decks for you using the logic and the knowledge that we've gained from playing this game for the last several months. Divine and I have been working heavy on seeing what ratios need to be in the game, what card, like how many of the removal spells you need, how much interaction you need, also how to play in theme. And we practice constantly to really fine tune the numbers. Like we're constantly updating our list. We're constantly tweaking things to say, okay, this is exactly what we need in this current meta. And then we come up with analysis you guys will be able to watch on stream on like how it is you overcome some difficult matchups and how these decks play. But yeah, it's a $300. It seems like a lot, but these, I mean, that's 3 boxes of cards, guys. There's nowhere else you're going to get that, along with 3 deck boxes, 3 sets of sleeves, and then we'll send out the whole thing to you guys when we can. But right now in the shop, come check it out. This is what we're doing to help you guys build decks. And we'll be doing that with JJK. I'll be building yellow. I can't wait. I might even build 2 different yellow decks because I was playing with Sim last night, and they have this really cool Panda and Toto. No, Toto's purple. Sorry.
Yeah.
And Panda and Godo. Gojo Jojo.
Gojo?
Yeah, Gojo. Yeah.
Sakura Gojo.
Sakura. A terrible name.
I was like,
so sorry.
who?
The main character of JJK, the one that everyone fawns after. But I put Panda Man and him together, and I thought that was a good kind of mix. And then I saw that there was some also really cool things you could do with the beasts,
The Shikigami.
the Shikigami beasts. And I was playing with that one, and then of course I went over to Toto because one of my favorite characters. Man, I mean, the guy's got the clap, so I mean, let's go. I got a really cool Toto deck I'm working on. I can't wait to make that one in purple. You guys will see what we can get put together this weekend coming up for the JJK pre-release, because we're going to do the pre-release, we're going to do the deck box and making, and we're going to do maybe some gameplay just to see how much of an impact this JJK is going to have on the overall format. Because right now we've only been introduced to 2 sets, and at most I think we have like 6 different decks that you can make. Obviously with like missing pieces, right? In green Bleach, you've got what's her name? Unohana?
Yeah.
Unohana, and wherever you want to kind of mix her. Usually a lot of people have been playing with the ice guy.
Yeah,
Hitsugaya, yeah. So that those two seem to be a good mix, and then you have the top end where you can play
Yamamoto.
yes, Yamamoto, where you're playing this big green version, which is something you'll see as a trend that we've seen in a lot of green based colors. That's your high cost stuff. That's the ramp stuff that costs a lot but has a huge impact because these things are powerful cards. I won't go into detail about that. Then you got the Yellow Stern Rider deck. That one can go either the Bambi Asnot, or you can go to the Yawak Bambi, or even Asnot Yawak. There's a lot of different things, but each one of those decks plays differently.
Yeah.
And it's tailored around the way that some of the support cards work. But it really, in the Yellow Stern Rider type colors, those are the two you play. And then we get into the purple, which is right now popular favorite is the Ichigo Rush, or they're not calling it Ichigo Rush.
Oh, Renji Rush.
Renji Rush, right? Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Renji Rush. So you have the Renji Rush, which is Ichigo and Renji together with a little bit of splash of some other characters. But that one seems to be getting very popular. I have that deck built out. I've tested against it. I will say it's definitely strong, but I will also say it's definitely beatable. I've seen the strategy. I feel like it's a gamble deck, almost like in Hunter x Hunter, where you have the bomber deck. That thing is a gamble. Like, it is good. It's got tops. It's one, but you better be high rolling.
Yeah.
You better be high rolling if you want to win those games. But in Hunter x Hunter, you have the Bisky. Bisky's kind of like was it Gone and Friends with Bisky, Gone, and Kurapika. Specified slot where you play the bomber in blue. And then in purple, you've got the Zoldyck family, which is really fun. I love that deck so much. I think that it's got some unique gameplay. And then you have, of course, the spiders, the Phantom Troops. Yeah. And then green, you've got my version of Gone and Friends, which I really enjoy, or the big green Kurapika, which is what this man's on. Yeah, I think that covers the 6 decks that are currently in the meta. I'll show you guys where you can find these things and where to get this information so you guys can keep up with us as we're evolving through the meta. And Humbro Pie is doing what it can to build them all. We're going to build every deck we possibly can. So you guys can see the gameplay, you can see what's good, and we can actually make a determination of like, what really is the best deck in the format. You ready?
Yep.
Also, guys, hit that in the chat. All right, our first big thank you and shout out to Lifelink Games. As always, these are the guys that make this absolutely possible for us to be able to give this product to you, to be able to showcase these gameplays. They've given us not only a studio to perform from, they've given us the product and access to it. They've given us the singles we need to make these things possible. Like this, a very small shop that has been doing its absolute best to make affordable prices for a new product. Now, I know some of you guys are out of the area, so this price isn't going to be available for you for shipping yet. You can come to the store during pre-release to pick it up for this value. But once we get our allocation and we determine we have enough for our local community, we open it online. So if you guys stay along with our channel, follow us, this is when we're going to open the product to you guys. But we have to cover down, right? The community, we're trying to do our best to fight scalpers. We're trying to do our best to help people get the product at an affordable cost. But it's got to be community first. That means the local community, and then we'll expand it out to you guys and give you guys that access. I know for PRB, we sold out literally in 2 days. Yeah. And there's no more coming, guys. No more coming. Sorry, from what we understand. I mean, obviously, pure pop-up shops or maybe a tin come in the future, but there's no wave 2. Yeah, they've told us through and through we're not going to get it, guys. Sorry. It was a great set. I love that set. I think it's fantastic for new players.
I ended up pulling Gold Zoro Don, so
Oh man, I'm so excited for you. That was an awesome Don. We gave one away to Bear for the championship because that one was pulled by Porter. So out of the community, I think we've only ever seen 2.
yeah, and thankfully, because since I didn't win the raffle, Midnight, she loves Zoro, and she was very close to buying it to Burr, and I ended up getting the box like the next day, and then ended up opening it, and I was like, oh, well, I just saved money for me because
Oh yes, thank you. Got it. I was thinking I wasn't being able to showcase anymore. Actually, let's go live to the screen real quick. Watch guys. Look at that. Gorgeous Gold Dawn. This thing is already going for $300-400 online. I can understand. I think it's going to go up personally, mostly because Dawn can be used in any deck.
yeah,
Right? And the versatility of the fact it can be used in anything usually means it has long stay. Not to mention that it's like the chase of all the Dawn in that set for you guys to get. So there was 30 different leaders that you could get those things from, and that getting a Gold Dawn was like 2 per case. That means 10 boxes. You could get 2 of those things, and you were lucky if you got the one you were looking for. Let's just say that.
yep, I'm gonna have to end up probably buying Uta at some point.
I'm sure. I think someone's out there might have it. We'll see.
Maybe.
Let's go back to the. All right, like I said, huge shout out. This is what I'm talking about right here at lifelinkgames.com. You guys can enjoy the shop when we have it available, and we know we have the allocation. That bundle that I was talking to you about will be available. This is something that Humbro and Lifelink are working together to give you guys that experience of buying 3 boxes and sharing it with your friends. In order to like make it fair and balanced, because we couldn't have like an overture of people picking one color, like everyone says green. Well, we have to have the people to pick the other 2 colors. So the deal is you can get with your friends, $300. You guys can figure it out, and we'll put the decks together for you on screen, put them in sleeves, put them in boxes, and have it all shipped out to you guys. Where every bit of the product is open, goes straight to you guys, and at what I would argue to be a very, very favorable cost, especially with like all the content you're getting with it. And I don't know if shipping was included. I'll have to check with that. But yeah, that we got some amazing content coming up this next week. Let's see if his let's see more. I want to see the schedule coming up here. Is it on his main page? Usually. Oh man, Customer Appreciation Day was a lot of fun. You guys, stay tuned for this. If you're in a local area, come check out our Customer Appreciation Days. We do these just about once a month. A lot of really awesome free food, a lot of fun gameplay. You get double the points. And the point system allows you to get more and more of the product. You get new releases that we had for the Lorcana release. We had some amazing door prizes and giveaways for some great prize support that I think a lot of people really enjoyed. But we got some awesome events here for Foundations just released. This Saturday, we're going to have the very first RCQ for Magic the Gathering in Standard and the Store Championship. So if you guys play Magic the Gathering, both those will be on Saturday. The Treasure Cup for One Piece is going to be this Friday, guys. So if you're playing the One Piece and you want to get in that Treasure Cup, join us Friday. And the Union Arena JJK pre-release will be Saturday afternoon at 6 p.m.
And also for the people that like Pokemon, we also have a league battle for Friday, I think it was.
League Championship here. Yep, Friday, November 22nd. So yeah, huge shout out to that. Like we just got ourselves up to the point where I think we're gonna have a gym here soon.
Oh no.
So we're gonna have some gym prizing and whatnot. Good news is Pokemon plays a lot like the games that I like to showcase on this channel. Guys, I cannot tell you enough how much I really appreciate that Bandai has been coming out with games where the game is affordable to play for new players. Like you don't have to spend a fortune. A lot of these singles are going for cents, and some of them for dollars. But the alt arts in these mangas, cards like this over here, are going for hundreds of dollars, right? Yeah. So you're getting your value back where you can have this, but there is a version of this card that's like $10. Hey Nolan, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. But yes, these are the type of things I love. That Pokemon does the same thing. You have the collectors that can get the cards, and we can collect our favorite anime, we can collect our favorite characters, and then we can still play the game at an affordable cost. which is usually around, I would argue, somewhere around like $60-$70 per deck.
Yeah, literally the deck that won Worlds for Pokemon was like between $50 and $60.
Nice. And that's what it's about. Like, I want to see a game where it's like a video game price where you can play this infinitely and you'll always have that. And you'll own it forever. Like, that's your deck. So I just absolutely love the fact that we're moving into a new age of gameplay where I'm hoping people stick to it, where we can keep owning our own product, have some good social engagement, which, by the way, guys, it's the Christmas season. And it's the holiday season. Get out and play with your friends. Come out to your local LGS. Socialize. This is like in the military, we always call the suicide prevention period from like November to January because the sun's going down early. People aren't getting out and socializing. Like, get out and meet your people. Nolan, it's going very good here. I really appreciate it. I'm really happy to see it here, but yeah, just get out and hang out with your friends, guys. Play some card games. Get the socialization you need. Don't stay crammed up in your house. If you're having family issues, come play games. The best way to get over that. Just relax and just play some games and have some fun. But I truly take care of yourselves. Look out for yourselves. This is the time that we're always at high alert. But I want you guys to have some fun. I want you guys to enjoy this. And please be safe this holiday season. My heart goes out to all of you. All right. Next up on the news, Bandai Card Fest. This is something we've been planning for and working towards for the last 2.5 months. Union Arena's very first ever big tournament is going to be Worlds event at the Bandai Card Fest in Orlando, Florida, on the 3rd through the 5th of January. And big news out to those that didn't get into the first wave. This coming 29th of November, they're going to be releasing a new release so you can sign up and get yourself on the waiting list for the potential of being a participant at the Union Arena Worlds event that's happening down there. Like, I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys, if you check this out, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Obviously, the big main championship for One Piece is going on. You've got the Digimon thing kicking off. We've got the pre-release of the new beta for Gundam that's going to be available to check out. Like, and shout out to Lifelink, who was able to secure one of the very few slots for the beta testing. So we'll be testing out at Lifelink Games, showcasing that stuff. Your wallet, man. You're my wallet so bad.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to have to start streaming like 24/7 just so we can afford these card games.
I literally just was paying attention to the set 9 for One Piece, and I just noticed the date, December 13th. When does Code Geass release? December 13th. I'm just like, oh my god.
No.
Stop this.
I guess Battle Spirit Saga is also going to be there. It's no one I haven't got into. Dragon Ball Z is going to be there for some massive competition. Yep. I am all in with the Bandai product right now. I think that they're the only ones really taking care of the customers right now, giving you affordable product. Boxes are like definitely affordable. Like $75-$80. Thank you. $180. Okay, calm down. My budget's only so much. But yeah, making the card game affordable, making the singles affordable. Good on you, Bandai. Please keep it up. Please don't betray us. Please stay with us and allow us to be able to play these amazing games. And while also making these things also really good for an investment, where I can come back and say, hey, I just pulled a $100 card.
I need some money to buy more boxes. Let me sell this real quick.
Gonna keep this going. But hopefully we'll see you guys there. A lot of us from the Homebrew community are going to be going down to Orlando on that 3rd through the 5th. We're going to be participating. I'm right now on the waiting list for the last chance qualifiers for One Piece, and I'm in the waiting room for the Worlds event. Obviously, the Worlds I'm probably a little bit heavier on because I'd love to see a good top and good representation. Because I gotta tell you guys, I love this game. I think it's so much fun. All right, here is the shout out that I was talking to you guys about earlier. Cardboard Kitskin. Actually, let me pull up the actual link because this is the deck builder here. I want you guys to get the actual link. You're gonna have to come over to, like I said, you're gonna have to come over to Twitch immediately, but my mods might be able to put it into the YouTube chat and of course my socials. But this is the new alpha version of the simulator for Union Arena. So you can check that out. Go to the link, join the Discord so you can follow what's happening. You can track to see if this thing go down, does it go back up. This is not sponsored. We don't know this individual. Huge shout out. Thank you very much for doing this, dude. It's outstanding. I think the interface is looking really good. Reminds me of like my absolute favorite right now, X Burst. Again, not sponsored. This guy created this amazing application for us to build decks. I love the interface here. I love the way you can save it. I'll give you guys this list here soon because this is where I'm saving all of my deck lists, so you guys can check this thing out. But the interface is very similar. You can find out. You can get to your series. You can right now do Bleach, Hunter, Hunter, and I can't remember. Do we have Jujutsu Kaisen? Yes, he's even put Jujutsu Kaisen in. So the man's putting in some work, guys. He's got 3 different sets out, and this one isn't even available till next week. You can pick your colors. Make your deck. You can make your deck. Obviously, the rules and restrictions. You got to have 50 cards in your deck. No more, no less. Color effects, which... Where's the color in this one? Because I know you can click on it. Oh, right here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's going to be
You had a thing where you can click on it. All right, here's the color. I'll do this when I go over the deck list. But you can only have 4 color. You can only have 4 special, which is right here, your fishing rod. And you can only have 4 finals, which is your hunter's license right here. So these are the basic rules of deck construction. You have to have 50 cards. You can only have cards with the color on the trigger, special in the trigger, and final in the trigger. And this is actually a foundation of building your decks. You want to maximize this. This is a minimum. You don't have to play 4. Like that. I'm sorry, that is a maximum. You don't have to play 4, but you want to play 4.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing, you want to play 4. Don't weaken your deck list for this. But you can organize, of course, by battle points, affinity, and energy generation. I don't think you really need to do much more than color, personally, because there's not enough cards for you to have to scroll through. It makes it too difficult.
Yeah.
You can hit here and put the max of 4, because you're allowed 4 in deck, or you can just 1 and 2 it. But you can start looking at the cards, take a look at them, see what they're doing. I use X Burst when I'm trying to look into these things because I just... There we go. I like to click on these things and just take a look at it and read the cards. And this is where X Burst probably would help if my face wasn't covering up this. X Burst here. We'll give you the link in the chat here. Again, mods, please put this this link in the YouTube. But take a look at this X Burst, create yourself an account, link it up to your Google account or your Gmail or whatever, and it's real simple. This, if you guys want to find me, Humbro Pie, obviously, that's all my social media is Humbro Pie. You can find all my deck lists. I have a lot on here. Let's see, my decks. Right now, I've got Porter's Bleach here, which we're going to go, we got some gameplay of today. Karapika Green, this is yours. Total Annihilation, I was telling you guys last night, I was playing around with this. I can't wait to get into this. This looks like so much fun. Gojo Yellow, which is another one I was looking into. Asnot, really good deck. Guys, don't sleep on these Stern Rider decks. They're really fun. Zoldyck Family, this one's me and me and Midnight are working together to perfect this. So this is her and my build. Mostly I'm following her lead because she's got some really good ideas for this. This Gon and Friends is my main right now. Obviously working with Bomber, we did some upgrades to specified slot. Ichigo Rush, I should change this to Renji Rush. And Green Yamamoto, which is me and Porter are working together. This was Porter's old build. This is where Porter's moving in the future here. Like, this is definitely where I can see him.
Tell me why I thought the Bomber said bonkers. I was like, bonkers? What is that?
Because it's bonkers. Arguably the best name I have so far is Total Annihilation. Like that. The rest of them are just like color thing. I'm like, Bomber. I'm so original. Bomber Blue. I'm taking credit for Total Annihilation. If this takes off, you heard it here first, guys. Yeah, we can take a look at it in a little bit, but that's we'll get into deck list when we're starting to cover it. But if you guys join me on X Burst, you can take out my lists, check out my list. You can see all the upgrades. Every single time I make upgrades to the decks, I change it here simultaneously, so you can see what I'm playing and where I'm at. But these are the decks outside of these two because we don't have access to the cards yet. But we have these things all built, card for card, all the way through. All right, so another huge shout out to these guys. Please check out that link, guys. And thank you again very much for building the simulator. I know it's a lot of work, and I hope that it's advantageous for you because I know this guy's been working midnight hours. looking into his Discord. My heart goes out to you, bud. Like, I'm with you. I'm gonna remain patient. I can't wait to play this. I can't wait to get in some gameplay. Once we can get linked up, we'll be showcasing some of the stuff, some gameplay for you guys. All right, let's get in the ban list. I know it seemed like it was kind of like a baiting word, like ban list. They ban cards. In a way, they did. Now we don't even have access to this set, guys. We don't even have access to it yet, and they've already said Yuji Itadora, 2 cost, 1 action point, can't be played with Sukuna. Does that mean that you can't play Sukuna?
No. You definitely need to play Sukuna.
Absolutely.
Just not with him.
Just not with the 2 cost.
I can understand a bit because with Yuji, you're just going to be getting rid of Sukuna's fingers like left and right easy.
Look at the top 5 cards.
Yep.
And it makes this guy absolutely broken because the more fingers you have, the more devastating his effect becomes.
Yep.
And it's just too consistent.
And plus, you can raid on top of him.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely gross. However, there are 2 other Yuji Itadoras in blue that you can overcome with this. So if you're playing 4 of this Sukuna here, you can just use the other 8 Yujis. Simple as that. Hey, little pancake, good to see you. But yeah, this doesn't mean you can't play these decks. It's just you can't put this Yuji with this Sukuna deck. Now you can play a different Yuji deck with a different raid. Because is this one the one from the starter deck, or is this the one from?
I'm pretty sure it's one from the starter deck.
Okay. Let's see. Down here might say something about. Yeah, maybe it's the starter deck. Like I know that there's 2. What up, fools?
I could go to the app real quick to tell.
To check it out. I appreciate it.
I think it is.
All right, while he's looking it up there, I just want to remind people that once the set releases, this is a deck restriction, ban list, if you will. You cannot have this and this in the same deck. Now, you can play this with other deck. It is a star deck. Okay. Yep. So you just can't play with the star deck. The regular set has its own, which is just as good. If not, arguably sometimes a little bit better. It depends on the situation. Yep. Yeah. But going forward, if your friends are learning how to play the game, make sure that this 2-cost Yuji cannot be played with this Sukuna. Multiple Sukunas. And I'm okay with it because I understand why. The game is in its infancy, guys. It's just starting to take off. Like you don't want to overwhelm the gameplay and just make one deck the homogenous deck that everyone has to play. Yeah. And that's one things that they've been doing pretty well. I've looked at the Japanese meta. It's a diverse meta.
Because probably people wouldn't have touched the Kurapika and stuff as much if they left alone Purple Bleach. It probably would have everybody would have been playing that. Mm-hmm. Rush Renji probably wouldn't have got discovered as fast as it did because everybody would have just been like, all right, Rukia, raid over the 0 cost, got Rukia. Just like, I got all my stuff for Ishigo and let's go.
Yeah.
But nope.
They did depower it. It's one of the fortunate things we have here in America is the mistakes that are made over in Japan, they fix it before we even have to play with it.
Yep.
So we didn't even have to go through a nightmarish Sukuna-dominated meta here because the consistency of this deck was just too good and too overpowered. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we have that kind of a gap. We won't always have that because we have a Sword Art Online simultaneous release. Yep. We have the One Punch Man simultaneous release.
Oh, they already got Sword Art.
Do they have Sword Art?
Yeah.
I thought so. We're just getting unique arts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's. I think it is just unique for us.
All right. Thanks. Hey guys out on YouTube, good to see you. Also in Twitter, don't forget to say something. I can see you. I can see the numbers. Make sure you hit something, comment on there, and we'll end in there. But Porter, good to see you. Obviously, I can only monitor one thread chat because we're going live right now on 3 different platforms. Hopefully, this stays strong. But Porter, thank you. Good to see you. Yeah. So that's the news, guys, for this ban list. I know it was like this epic, like ban. It's like I want to make sure everybody's aware. Once the set drops this weekend in the starter deck, make sure that these 2 are separate. And does this come to starter deck too? Please say no.
I don't think so.
Because that would make the starter deck that's something you couldn't pick up and play.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it is.
I hope it's not.
I'm pretty sure it's from the actual set.
Okay. Fingers crossed, guys. I don't want to be able to have like that because I'm going to be buying 2 of these. Also, note, and I haven't confirmed this, but every single time that they release the starter decks for these, there's a chance to get foil Don or AP, full AP. Very rare, very rare. You can get a set of these unique AP cards, and if they're doing it the same way they did it with Bleach and Hunter x Hunter, there's an alt art for these cards right here that's locked in the starter deck. Very, very rare. And the cards that I've seen online sold out instantly, and I still haven't seen them back in line. Like, I want to showcase that real quick. Sure, guys. Yeah. TCGplayer.com. Let's go into Freaks. There was a.
I like how the first thing that popped up was Vanguard.
They know. They know.
They know they're trying to get me to bring it there.
Let's go Union Arena. So this art right here instantly sold out. This art right here was unique to get in the starter deck, and you could get this version of this card, which has multiple versions. It's not that expensive. But this one topped out at what, 84.95, and we haven't seen any more in the market since. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
somebody
8.
bought it for 100.
It's so hard to get. I mean, I every time I check, it's still not in the market here. But only like so far, like 8 have been sold online.
I like it, but I like the just foil kind of black and white one more.
Okay, I can see that. It's a nice card. I mean, Ichigo had his, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Show you guys what that one looks like. I don't think they spoiled the art for it. Was it this one? Yeah, this is the one for Ichigo. Big black and the border in the background.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been trying. We've been trying. Who knows? Maybe the 2 that are never going to get opened are the ones that have it.
So you should open them.
And no, you can't convince me. But yeah, I think they're doing the same thing with this. So pay attention to it. Look at it. Get 2 starter decks, because usually 2 starter decks put together can make a decent deck. Not the best, but the decent deck. And we'll definitely be showing you guys what that's going to look like here next weekend. We do have some news. You want to talk about SOA?
So Sword Art, they officially gave the release date for both the starter deck and booster pack.
Mm-hmm.
April 25th for starter deck and May 2nd for the booster packs. And
You looking forward to it?
yes, 100%. I'm
Yes.
going to buy a good amount.
Ooh. This set looks awesome. We got a lot of hype coming from people, which I really found funny, because the online discourse for this anime is like hot and cold.
Yeah.
Right? You either absolutely hate this anime, or you are so in love with this that you there's nothing you can do to change it, guys.
I'm pretty sure the people that hate it also like it too, just don't want to admit it.
Yeah, right? It's good. It's good. I'm not, like, I try to stay in the middle. I will admit where there's some points where it's like,
Yeah.
The dub stuff, though, the dub stuff that they did for it, chef's kiss. Whoever, do you know who did those? I'm terrible with names, but there was an organization that did some dubs that were just, I showed them to everybody because it was just so funny. Like when she gets captured in the second season, they got that dub where she's like, it's like, don't leave me here, don't leave me here, don't leave me alone with her. It's not. You guys have to know what I'm talking about. All right, but yeah, huge news. April and May next year, Sword Art Online comes out. Get ready. We will have our 3-box opening, the starter deck opening, all the kinds of stuff.
Who's going to have it for that?
Well, it also
Clover
comes with...
and Bleach.
Where did I put those pictures? Because I did upload some pictures here for some of the art for this. It has its own unique arts. You guys might have seen this in the Union Arena big release to everybody, but this is... Is it up there? There it is. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The Abridged series is just chef's kiss. I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's so funny. And it's pretty accurate to how things go down. Oh, man. But these are some of the exclusive illustrations we're going to get for Union Arena. And we don't know what they're going to look like on the cards, but we got some exclusive. It's not just stills from the anime. They actually have artists now coming in, and I think that legitimately, as the game was starting off, a lot of people were like, just still some anime. It's like they don't know if this card game is going to be any good yet.
Did you not see One Piece?
Yeah,
They had like some of like exclusive art, and then there was a lot of stills.
yeah, because they don't know. They're taking a risk. Bandai has like 7 games right now. They-
Would you really want to put all your money in it, and then next thing you know, just like, oh,
Oh.
I don't really like this.
Yeah, people
The
don't. Like
art's cool, but I don't really want to play this.
What's that, Midnight? Exactly. You got to make some before you can spend it, guys. And I think that this is just showcasing how confident they are. Because I got to say, the singles markets and we sold out so quick. The first 3 waves that we got, we instantaneously sold out. Now we have I think 3 boxes left.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those won't stick around for too long. Especially those Bleach lovers, because there's some news for Bleach. Volume 2. We're already not even a year into the release of this game. We're getting Volume 2.
Yep. And Bleach is gonna get a new color with it. We're gonna have blue Bleach.
Yeah. And what's really neat about these things that you guys may not have seen, all the other 3 colors that are still actually releasable now are getting upgrades. They're getting supplementary different products to help make those colors a little more meta, if you will. So the old cards, it doesn't mean that they're not going to be good anymore. No, it looks like they're starting this trend where you can get cards that will help increase the power level of one of their first few sets released and make them more meta, while also introducing new colors and kind of expanding the universe.
Yeah.
I'd say probably about 2 or 3 years from now, we might just see blending of universes, maybe. It'd be hard because you got to mix different themes, but
I have no idea.
But if you were to say not mixed colors, but mixed universes, there is a mixed color deck in that the Beetle, right? It looks like Beetleborg, but it's not. It's one of the Ranger ones.
But
We might not even get this. I don't even know if we're gonna get it.
I literally just saw it. And I was just like, what is it called?
It's that.
I'm mad.
It's all right. There's one deck out there that came out in Japan that actually had multiple colors in it because of the way the raid works.
It's the one that Diego and them want.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called?
Yeah, it's so Diego, help us out. You know what I'm talking about.
Didn't I send the thing where it has like all of them before?
Yeah, well, we'll have to go into it. Another release, starter
It's
deck
gonna
booster
bother me.
release date for May 30th, simultaneous release. This is another one I'm going to be into. If you guys have seen, I've got a lot of cosplay for Asta and the Black Clover. Really looking forward to seeing this set come out here in May. A lot of things coming at us a lot at once.
You mean Kamen Rider?
Kamen Rider, yes. Yeah, Kamen Rider. It has a mixture of different colors. The decks, you can play multiple just because of the way the raids work. It looks really fun. I don't know if we'll get it. Not everything that comes to Japan we're going to get.
Yeah.
If it's not popular here, they're not going to waste their money sending it out here.
Yeah.
So, look at the way the
Sadly.
release schedules are coming out. It's all over the place compared to Japan.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited that they recognize that there's a lot of love for this.
Yep.
Did you hear that there was word that the anime is not going to continue? That they're just going to stop it? They didn't get the contract,
Oh, that's some missed money for them.
right?
Just like,
We've been on hiatus for 5 years.
yeah.
Don't quote me on the time. Obviously, I'm not always accurate, but I think we've been on hiatus for 5 years, and I think the money fell through, and we're not going to get the last season.
Well, I guess people better start reading manga.
Yeah, pick up your manga if you want to see the end of this story because it's phenomenal. Trust me, it's definitely worth the investment. Yeah, right. We do have some awesome new spoils here. Check out these 2 stars. What stars? What are these?
I think they're 2 stars.
2 stars for the new set coming out. Oh my god, those are gorgeous.
Yeah.
And no signature. Okay, just beautiful plated, silvery shininess.
I don't think JJK has any sign. Their highest rarity thing is the serialized
Mhm.
UG.
And talking about serialized, when we see these things, we all see out of 100, right? Do you think that might be the case for the 3 stars that we've seen already signed?
The way that they're making it seem, it could be. It'd be. I haven't we've seen a good amount out there, but not a lot. The most I've probably seen is at least online and so on is maybe up to 50 or so.
Okay.
So it's very possible that it's only 100.
Okay.
which means you got 1 in 100.
Mm-hmm. That might really speak to the rarity. I do like the stamp on there because it gives you guys an idea of how many actually exist, which creates a better, safer market. It's kind of like when Bitcoin was taken off, it was very volatile. But then when they capped it and they put a cap on it, it took off because people felt safe because there was a cap to the amount available, which then could put a steady market of value in there.
Also
I'm saying Bitcoin specifically, guys. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying historically when you can cap. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. I was just going to say pretty much that since we'd have a confirmed, there's only 100 or whatever, that means the price is probably going to end up going up for all these serial ones.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Be on the lookout for it. I don't know what the ratio is for it. I think it's like 1 per case. It might be a 2-star or 3-star based on the current ratios we've seen, because I don't think we've seen too many. Alt art's been great. And you get 2 alt arts per box. And from what we've seen, the 3-star didn't even manipulate that, because there was the one that we saw from Midnight. She got 2 alt arts and the 3-star, right? So we don't know if that's the standard or if that's just like a god box, if you will. But typically it's two hits per box.
Just imagine if they had a god box and every pack it was a god pack in it.
Oh my gosh! I hope that they come up with god packs eventually. That'd be really neat. Another huge release in some of these awesome arts, man. I don't care what you say. This is insane.
I'd love to get them thingies.
Sukuna's finger got its own alt art, kind of like Risky Dice. I think this was an uncommon, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Yeah. No, it's a common. It's a common. So it got an alt art from a common. Just like Risky Dice, where it was like the only one that got a... No, it wasn't the only one, but it was just... It got a really cool reprint. Sukuna's finger's up there. This is one of the other Sukunas you can get for Raid. This is not the non-starter deck one. And then the 2-drop, of course, because this thing's just too consistent. Man, this is probably going to be the chases, guys. Like, from this set, if you guys are getting into it, these are probably the 3 cards I would chase after.
I wonder how much people would pay to see somebody eat a Sukuna's finger live on cam. This is Sukuna's finger card.
Oh. I don't know, guys. If you can get me up to 500 followers, we might do something on Twitch. Get me up to, and YouTube. Give me 500 followers so I can get monetized.
I gotta make some
money
calls.
on this.
I gotta make some calls.
I actually got to be able to make money, man. There's no money in this. I might do it. Don't tempt me. Here's some more art for this set. This is slowly being released up until release date, and I'm just blown away. Toga, I've already put him in a deck. I can't wait to try to see if he's any good. I think his power is pretty impressive. Yeah. 1 EP point, and he can start giving things power.
Yep.
Yeah, this is all things, right? Every character in your front line. Yep. 1,000 power. That's huge. That's huge. What do you think of these?
Of course, he has nullify impact, so it's definitely going to be something that you probably definitely end up doing early game more too.
Oh, absolutely. Get some early hits in. I can see this one being kind of like a rush deck, kind of underneath the like trying to push things forward as soon as possible.
Yeah,
and get some attacks in.
And just pretty much leave him in the back for the most part. Just like, all right, power up.
Power up. I am just in love. Thank you so much for the way these things look. I can't wait to see if we can pull some of these for the stream. I'm looking forward to it. This weekend, we're going to have the pre-release, so it's going to be like 6 packs, build something together, slap together. We're going to have some 3-box openings that we're going to be giving you guys next Sunday and showcasing all the stuff that we did. Just want to remind everybody, Saturday at 6:30 is the pre-release for this, where you can get your hands on it. Release, yeah. Yep. Friday is when you can finally pick up the product. We are very, very limited. We put in usually for 75 boxes per set. We got 17. 17, guys. 4 different distributors. We try to get our numbers up there. We got 17 boxes. So if first come, first serve when it comes to going to the store, guys. Make sure you hop in there and get it. Good price. Love it. I think that this is a very affordable card game. Definitely recommend it. And I can't wait to get these cards to play with them, to see what we did. Speaking about that, next up, we're going to have the showcase down between Divine Lotus and Porter. But we're going to take a quick break because I'm almost out of coffee. That is the news. Let's go back to us real quick. That is the news. That is the things that are happening. A lot of things changing. Again, huge shout out to the guy that created the simulator. Thank you, Little Pound Cake, for giving me the link to that and to the Discord. I hope you guys check it out on the link on the side. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get into the matchup and show you guys the deck list for what we're saying is probably the more powerful green decks right now in the meta. This is green on green, right?
Yep.
Yeah, green ramp, and you guys are going to see what we're talking about when I talk. Where green is a ramping color, something that puts out the big 7 cost, which so far I've only seen 7 costs come from green. Have you seen anything else?
No.
Yeah, it's the most expensive thing I've seen for energy production. Not the easiest to pull off, but once you do, it could be game changing. And we'll see which one of these is going to be Bleach or Hunter x Hunter. Who's the best at ramping and who's the most consistent? But we'll find out after this brief break. We'll be right back.
Cue roundabout by yes.
Yeah.
Transform, letting loose my inhibition.
And welcome back to Humble Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D, with me.
I notice.
And today we're going to get in the first of 3 rounds of what we're going to see for the Union Arena as we continually practice and find out what is the best deck in this format. Do you think you're settled on what the best deck in this format is yet?
In all honesty, it's a toss-up between Kurapika and Purple Bleach.
Yeah.
Either Rush Renji or just normal Byakuya stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah. Byakuya, I think, was one I didn't call out for the purple. Byakuya has a really good line in this meta right now. And I think it is really, really strong. And one of the things that I've noticed is that the more 4Ks you can get away with playing in your deck, the 4K plus power characters you can get away with, tend to be the way of the future for the way that these games are going. And it doesn't discount Asnot, which can get up to 6K. Doesn't discount some of the Stern Rider stuff I've seen out there, because there are certain lines that Stern Riders are the only ones that can do that. And if you can learn and master that deck list and deck, I think you can actually do pretty well in some of these events. But when it comes to the power, I agree with you. I think like we're seeing right now in these very first few sets, it plays a lot like a lot of other card games where it was, I think even in One Piece, it was like who could drop the big 10 drop first and start controlling the board, because there wasn't a lot of answers to that back then, right? Yep. And that was kind of the simplicity of the game. And it's where we're starting right now, where we're trying to deal with what is the deck that's like the most impactful. And right now, it's the one that can get the most removal, which is your Ichigo decks, because by far I think that the removal is heavy in their favor. Yeah. And then the which one could put out the big bombs, which is like the Kurapika decks. Yep. And Kurapika with Emperor Time has some significantly unique removal that we're going to get into in just a minute here. But I concur, man. I think right now where the decks are going, my personal favorite, and this is a bias, so please don't take this as something like this is the gospel. Gon and Friends is my absolute favorite. It seems to be mixing the consistency of getting all the pieces you need with like the way the Gon works and playing all the different Gon friends, because I'm a huge Hunter x Hunter fan. And it has the top end to play into a lot of the meta. Now, is it the best? I don't know. We're going to see today. We're going to see some gameplay with my deck. Unfortunately, I was doing some deck constructions and doing some rebuilds, and what we're going to show you on Experts, not sponsored. Just really appreciate this dev for putting this together. Check it out. Alrighty, so this is Porter's growing list he's been working on, and actually it has updated as of the end of today. I will show you guys what this looks like, but this is Porter's list that he's been bouncing between, playing the numbers and trying to figure out what he wanted to play with his Green Bleach. This is the deck he's maining. This is the one that he thinks is the best. And after this gameplay, I'll tell you guys where he kind of elevated this deck to based on certain gameplay. But this one is the Unohana and Toshigi, right? Not Toshigi. Ice Lord. What's Iceman? What's up?
I'm going to see if you can get it.
I'm going to scroll down. Terrible days, right? You can't
Toshiro
do this.
Hitsugaya.
Toshiro and Unohana. With just a little bit of splash for the top end there, because he didn't want to dedicate to it. It's just a 2-to-1 ratio, which arguably not that consistent, because to see just 3 cards in your deck and see them together, not that great. But he wanted something in his top end to have an answer. Because do you want to talk about this deck? You've seen it in action.
Yeah, I've seen it in action. I definitely would probably get rid of the Yamamoto or go full Yamamoto, because both of them together, pretty much having a little of everything is not going to work.
And the reason he's doing this, guys, is because this is a 13 court guard squad deck.
Yeah.
So he's trying to maximize, kind of like what Specified Slot does, where they institute a lot of Specified Slot cards, some of them not really that good, but you do it because you want the numbers, right? Yeah. And that's what this one wants. It wants to have as many 13 court guard squads out in order to activate certain abilities and power up from there. So that is really the line of this one, and why you're seeing these numbers at 2 and 3, which in normal decks out here, you'd see 4s and 2s. That's usually the ratio where you're playing cards. You're either playing 4 of them, or you're playing 2 because you don't want to overwhelm your deck with too many events or even sight cards or things like that. Yeah. So this one has been a menace. It has won a couple events already. So it does have the wins behind his back. He's put things together, but as he's learned, as we tweaked our decks, it might not be the most consistent, and he's looking for just a little more consistency and power. So maybe we've turned him into a new deck strategy. We'll find out again deck lists is you can find on Xburst right now at Humble Pie. You can see what what his upgraded version looks like now. But this is his current version that we're going to be seeing on camera versus you, right? And let's see, my deck's Green Kropika. Your deck here is playing what I don't want to say standard, but this is your big green Kropika type of deck. You want to talk about it?
Pretty much simple game plan. I'm trying to get to 7 and start swinging, sniping stuff. Impact, because how many cards have impact? You got the 7 cost Kropika that's got impact. You got the
Gun Freaks.
Yep. You got the
Oreo with AP.
Yep. Then you've got pretty much the other Kurapika, the color Kurapika with 6 energy. It has impact. The 2 cost Kurapika, if there's something with 5,000 impact. I'm just impacted everywhere.
So your deck kind of constructed, you're playing more 0-drops than other decks do.
Yep.
And that's just to make sure the consistency there, because you need to be able to hit those energy line drops.
Yeah.
That's the strength and weakness of these green decks, where you have to play a lot of these 0-drops to ensure that every single turn you're producing some kind of energy, because 7 energy with only 4 slots available means you have to have 3 double pips and 1 pip, right? Which is also why you're playing 4 of these neons, which arguably the best card printed. Yeah. But it is a 2 action point 5 cost to get that to the energy line. And then you can really start powering through some stuff. It's a really good combo to neon into the 7 cost Kropika. That's just devastating. But yeah, the strength and weakness relies on whether you can hit your double pips, get the energy line the way you want to, because yours, obviously you have no Kropika because your Emperor's Time is going to be live most of the time.
Yep.
His key to the removal, everyone has them. The specials is Emperor Time. This is the one focused completely on Kropika and needing Kropika out. But it is the removal pieces that you're using for this energy here, or for this deck strategy.
One thing that I've not in any of these games, I don't think, but I know in some other games, like I've had it to where I did, like the only Kurapika I had was the 0 cost, and if I have Emperor Time, I still can snipe a majority of cards. The only ones that I can't snipe is another Kurapika and Yamamoto. I think those are the only 2 that are just straight up 5,000.
Yeah.
And I think the Hisoka, right?
There's some that get pumped up with certain effects up there. I mean, obviously you can try to get a Asnod if it has enough rested characters to get up there. Yeah. There's a few, like a Gone Freaks on rated can pump up things. Yeah. So that's just for that turn. And we're going to see some stuff coming out in the new JGK set that has some static on your opponent's turn, 4 or 5K. Yep. So really looking forward to seeing those new introductions. But yeah, 5K is right now the highest I've seen for attack for battle power.
Yep. So really, I can end up sniping anything 4,500 and less with the 0 cost.
I like this deck. I like this deck. I'd seen this thing. This thing was very similar to what we saw online from Japan. I think Leorio is an add to you, right? Because this is one thing you and I have been talking about, where a lot of people don't like to invest in those 1 AP cost to activate the ability. Trust me, guys. Late game, AP is almost irrelevant.
It's nice.
Yeah, you get to use it. I can't tell you how many times in late game where I'm just like, I got 3 AP and I'm not doing anything. My board's full.
Impact, and then also that Hisoka too for late game. If they don't have a 5,000 up, just like, you have to block me now.
Yeah.
That card you wanted to save, give it to me.
Give it up. Put the pressure on.
Definitely sound like Hisoka. Give it to him.
Right. I love the top end from this. I think that a lot of these cards just showcase where the power's at and where people are kind of leaning to. So if you're new to the game, trying to play out some tournaments, definitely recommend some of these green decks. But beware, if you're not prepared for your right energy curve, which this one's been worked out pretty well. I like the energy curve here that you have set up on your cost. Obviously, 0's got to be really high, which can be a detriment because a lot of 0 costs in deck mean a lot of dead draws. Yeah. But necessary for consistency. So that's where you're playing into. And these 5 drops looking pretty strong. This is pretty much where you start to close the game out. Yep. Synth, good to see you, and thank you for hitting that exclamation point join. I want to remind people we have 3 packs. I don't know if the hit's been pulled from here yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they haven't. We got potential massive hit coming from this with only 3 packs left in the community box before we upgrade to JJK, I believe. Yeah, this is the next one we're going to be doing. Hey, yo, my favorite TCG right now. Excellent, Synth. Glad to hear it. Honestly, this is turning into being one of my absolute favorites. Like obviously, I'm still gonna be playing the rest of the card games, but
Yeah.
this one I can't. I'm so happy that the sim is out. Synth, if you haven't seen it, check out that link above. There's a new alpha version, so lots of glitches, lots of problems. But we do finally have a sim that's in the works for this game, so we can start playing some games. And hopefully, we'll be incorporating that in our Homebrew channel soon, where we get some of those gameplays and show you guys how to use the application. Because it's I like it. The interface is phenomenal. I'm still trying to work on how to get the AP cards loaded. I'm gonna work on this on my own time.
Oh.
There's action points. All right, that's illegal. You're kidding. You're kidding.
Yeah,
You can't. AP points are locked.
I guess. I don't think that is in the actual.
That's not a real roll. That can't be a real
Just
roll.
imagine you're in a tournament and it's just like, oh, that's not from that series.
Yeah.
It's like, Judge, I'd probably be so mad.
I would be irate because I'm playing with I'm all over the place. Obviously, the Hunter's License is my current favorite right now, but
Yeah.
as soon as Demon Slayer comes out, I've got those from Japan.
Yep.
Those full. Man, you better this better not be a thing.
I want those Yuji, so.
Does he? Is there? Maybe we missed. There we go. He uploaded them. Okay, fine. Gonin Friends. Is there another Gonin Friends?
I think it's pretty much.
Just this one.
Yeah.
All right. There's my AP. Now I can finally play the game. Thank you for the update. We were looking for these a little bit ago. We couldn't find them. We're trying to set these things up. But yes, this man is working overnight, hours and days. He does have a donation thing to it. I highly recommend to it. We've given a little bit of money where we could to say thank you and appreciate it. And again, not sponsored. This is somebody else. I'm really glad he put this together. Check out the link. It's at cardboardkitsune.com. And check it out. Really nice for deck building. And this is the deck course I'm maining. I'm telling you guys. This is currently what I'm on only 2 of the 5K because I want to play more Gonin Friends. I like to play this Killer with Killer. We'll go over this when this deck it's the match stream here. But these are your 2 matches. Let's see in the chat, who do you guys think is going to take it down? Hunter and net abilities versus gets you up 10 shot. Or no, what is it?
Daigunin Huron Maru.
Oh yeah. And we forgot to mention that the uniqueness of the Daigunin Maru is the freezing effect is very unique to this Green Bleach. In any other deck where it rests characters and whatnot, and even says till your next turn, you can, if you trigger something that restands it, you can go over it. However, with this individual card, if you're playing his raid ability and you lock it in, nothing from life can restand it. You have to wait. It will stay frozen for however long the indicator was. It's like to your next turn.
Yeah.
Next time
the
taps
end
out.
of the combat phase for your next turn.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
So both players drawing 7. Remember the mulligan rules work like this. You put out 2 piles of 7. Your first is your opening hand. You can't play it. You play the next 7. And then you shuffle those 7 in to put 7 into life.
And then he ended up winning, so of course he's going to go second because both of us want to go second.
Dude, I forgot to mention that too. If you're playing green, second. You so the different. Can you tell them about the AP strategy and how it works? So action points for the starter goes 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And then if you're drawing,
It's 2, 2, 3.
2, 2, 3. Yep. So both players in activating that same ability that I'm gonna tell you guys right now, as long as there's a 0 cost that has some kind of like unplayability, this is going to be the energy for all decks going forward. You're gonna have the 0 drop and the 1 drop that bounces. Hands down.
Because if I had Zeppa, 100% would be playing him. And then that's where I caught him doing that. So you see he only has 2. And I was like, wait a second. You only have 2 energy. How can you play that? It was like, oh yeah.
Like when you pick them. Oh yeah. 7 cards from your starting hand, 7 cards into your life pile. If you don't like your starting hand, you have to pick the 7 from your life pile, shuffle that 7 into your deck, and then re-put out 7 life.
Yeah.
That is how you only get 1 mulligan. That is how the mulligan roll works. So if your ratio of 0 drops are there, 90% of the time you should have a playable hand. Another double
one to
pip here.
draw, then played Leorio, and then
Hunter's License. Oh, dude, every time someone plays these final triggers like that, I'm like, oh god, here comes the pain. Here comes the pain. Like it makes me sweat.
Especially for green decks, and as you can see, I already got 6 energy.
You only need one more, and you got perfect.
Well, pretty much. Might as well say I have perfect because if I play a Kotopika in the back, I can automatically just
yes. And now you have perfect energy.
Yep.
Now, not a perfect board state because you want to have like a Crappie in the back end for triggers.
Yep.
But
either
still,
that or Gon.
Yes.
Which is why I played the Gon.
Yeah. You got Gon in there because remember from life you can get those raid triggers, which are really cool. Yep. Your opponent, every time you're taking damage, your opponent gets to pick which life they hit, and those life triggers can literally turn the tide of every single gameplay. It's what makes this game a lot of fun.
Then I saw him play that. I was like, all right. As soon as I saw him play Unohana, I was like, all right, he's about to raid.
Yeah.
I'm like, he has just enough energy. He played that. There's no reason why he wouldn't do that.
This one allowing to look at the top 4 cards, add a single 13 core card squad to hand, grabs Kenpachi, one of my favorites. Love Kenpachi.
Yep. And the set 2, he should have his raid too.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to build that. In Volume 2, I'm all about Kenpachi. If he would have been a raid in here, I would have focused on that. It's a hard sell because I love Hunter x Hunter, but Kenpachi, the man who's never lost. Yeah. Fight me in the chat. He's never lost.
Yep.
Didn't happen.
I mean,
he was being nice.
He was being nice, but he still lost. It's like Ishigo.
Unohana get a hit. Kurapika, ooh, it's one that doesn't have any ability.
Yep.
It's a double pip. It can be a 4K as long as you have 6th generation. I think this person has 6th generation.
I think so.
Yeah. But unfortunately, no trigger in this one.
So, got 1.
Oh, yeah. This one's really good. Go,
2.
No, hold on. It doesn't have an on-play search, or is that the other one?
No, that's the other one.
Okay.
That one's if there's a character with 5,000, he gets impact.
Ah, that's right.
And then,
jeez, putting in some power pressure here.
And then, knowing me, I probably would have ended up sniping the
Unohana.
No.
Oh, no.
Because he's going to generate energy from the front. So I'm just like,
true.
No, you don't need more energy.
That's right. All right, Unohana get. This means add to hand. And this one going to take, and ooh, Unohana,
raid,
nothing to raid.
You can't raid.
Yeah. It is an add to hand, but there is nothing to raid upon. There's only one Unohana out there.
Yep.
Another thing you want to be paying attention to when you're playing this thing, like where the focus is of this deck, you want to start removing those pieces as much as possible.
Yep.
So I get where your mindset was to take care of the energy, smart.
Yep.
But also, like, if in normal decks, that would be a key card because most people are trying to ramp to it. Removing it also smart because now there's no raid target. If he was playing the 4 version, there's no raid target anymore. So you're isolating it.
Because normally I'd end up going for the Yamamotos or Toshiros because both of them have like special triggers that affect them. So I'm just like, since I can't get rid of Hitsugaya, I'll get rid of you.
Yeah. Now getting double Unohana, another Unohana for backup, so maybe he can get all of his raids out here. This deck looking really sick. He's really starting to deck it out. I love those Unohana ults.
Yep.
It's got one more action point. We'll get to the later game where that opening draw factor comes in, because I do want people to remember there is an option to always be able to draw after your draw phase. You have an option to draw an additional card. But Kenpachi coming out, this one going to sideline the Gon. Now putting out a pretty impressive board.
Yep.
First Unohana swing.
And I'm just like, might as well just block it.
Yeah. Here's Kenpachi. You'd want to save that thing for like a double attacker.
But draw a card. So I was like, okay, that's perfect.
All right. Another hit. Nice if you get a Gon in there, but nope. Kurapika, this one. Is it a restand? Oh, not the timing you want to see that one. Plus 3 BP and a restand. Those are really good.
That always happens to me.
It's always a last life. It's like where it doesn't matter.
Yep. It's like, how come you could have been the first? Nope.
Yeah. But that's the thing. When you get to pick, it's not top to bottom. Like,
yep.
There's no stack, and the opponent has to pick wherever they want it. All right. Now we're getting for that searcher. Kurapika. Bottom that. You don't need this right now. You do want to set up your back row to have like a Gon for the raid, potential, and definitely make sure you get your 7 pips here. Ooh, I like this play though. Nice little 4K in the front. This one gets
like
plus 1,000 as long as you have 6. You definitely have it. Kenpachi, I think that's a get, right? Nope, that's a draw. It's a shame.
Yeah, you would have thought that something with Kenpachi is just like no.
Yeah, right.
No, just draw a card.
All right, 4-4. This is getting later game. This is where the board's pretty much full, and it's on Porter to make sure that he has his board set up. He needs an Unohana here for a potential raid. He's already got I'm so terrible with this guy's name. Hitsugaya. He's already got Hitsugaya, so he's good clean here. This would be a play where I'd put up an Unohana. Preferably with something to get to 7, but then again, he doesn't have a raid target for the main captain. Okay, interesting. Going for on play.
Gives impact to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, okay.
This is, I think, a turn where I would have drawn a card personally.
And then raid. Get rid of that. So
wow.
Okay.
That is. I don't know if I'd save that personally. I think that's a little.
Well, he sees that I have 4 life left, so he's just like, all right, can rest that, and then he has what? I think 1 thing with impact right now.
So this one, a different ability. If it has enough 13-core guard squad, it can freeze the entire backline as well.
Yep.
Which can be relevant during your upkeep, right? So you can't push things forward and get them into an attack mode. Also, there are certain things where, like, if it's rested, it generates less energy too.
I'm pretty sure he gave the impact to that Kenpachi as well as the Unohana.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, okay. And draw a card from Zeppo, so I'm like, okay. Then go ahead. And then Emperor time. I'm just like, get rid of that Kenpachi.
Yeah, good call.
Block and get rid
of it. All right. So nothing's going to unfreeze for here. This is, again, one of those unique abilities. Only with this current character card can you lock it down and nothing can restand it. Unless you raid upon it. The only way out is you have to raid upon the card. And you cannot raid upon a rated card. So one of the few things, like, we're learning as the rules come through. We made some mistakes in the early games.
One for Kurapika.
And even if you play the vanilla version, like not rated on top, you can't raid on top of a card that has raid. Ooh. Neon, you got perfect 8 generation. Are we going to see a Kurapika hit? Ooh, okay.
That one.
That one. That was not bad. That was not bad. It is 4,000 attack.
And impact, so.
Yeah. And it put this one.
I was like,
keep that. You keep that.
Like, I'll keep that neon there.
Right? Absolutely. You have 8 generation. You've got 2 impacts. This makes it really hard to block.
I was like,
there's removal. Yep, getting rid of Kurapika.
Yeah. I can understand that, but at the same time, just like that is he's gonna be taking another damage.
All right, Bankai the hit. Not good anywhere else. Union Arena, if you're watching me and Bandai, the staff, please make that a rule where whenever you hit that there, you just add a life. It doesn't need to be the last one. Please. There's other card games that do it. Like that one in the life should always give you another life. Yeah. If it's in your life, it should just give you another life. Please change the rules.
Or at least, like, if you have less life than the person, then it gives that extra life. Because I know Cardfight Vanguard does it to where you don't heal unless you have more damage than your opponent.
That makes sense. Yeah. That'd be a good rule. Can we get an update on that, please? I'd really appreciate that. Because the finals are good. You got to have 4 of them. But limiting it to literally being the last life, come on. I don't think it's going to change the game that much. I think it just adds more nuance to it. And I think it makes it more fun, personally. What do you think?
It definitely adds more fun and makes it more just like, now you got to plan around that instead of just planning around,
it has to be the last one.
Yeah.
It's like, you're like super excited that you got it early. All right, coming in for an easy blockable attack.
Yeah, okay.
You got to be careful here. You're down to 2.
Yep. So just like, I can block 2 more.
Because this one, the way this one works is if you get your last life is end game. It's not, you don't have to attack after like in One Piece. It's your last life.
And then raid.
Ooh.
So just like rest it.
Yes. Wow, what a hit. Out of the two cards, of course, he has to hit the Karapika. Now, you were in a danger zone. You have to put at least 4 characters up there. Because
No, I don't.
one...
Both of
Oh,
them
you
are
can
impact.
go, oh, impact. Yeah, you're going to be able
So I need at least one more character with impact in.
to lock it in,
Yep.
just in case for a final trigger.
Yep, he'd have to get at least two finals
And we
in a
know
row.
that the top deck's a Neon, so there's a good chance you can Neon this.
Yep.
Would you push a Neon forward first? Or... Okay, no, good.
So I'm
Karapika.
just like, I'm gonna do that just in case.
Okay.
So I could raid. So just in case, let's do that. Get rid of that
Interesting.
one. Play that one.
Play the Neon. Personally, I think I would have pushed the Neon forward because it's a good blocker. Especially if I was going to replace it with a Neon. That's just
So
my
there's
thing.
like-
Oh, off the top. 3 snipes. Karapika.
I was like, let me snipe that Kenpachi.
Yeah, right?
Since he gains power, so let's get rid of him real quick.
Good call. All right, this one was snipe. And Unohana,
Raid.
does he have a... Yes, he has a target.
Yep.
So this one's going to be able to search the top, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Nope. Unless it's something that has any way of giving something more power.
Yeah. Kenpachi off the top, I feel like it's just too late. But everything on his board's 4, so everything hits.
4,000.
Not a final. All right, game 1.
And then my next
Emperor
card would have
time.
been Emperor time.
Oh, no. Oh, that was a final. The last one was a final. That could have been a final.
Yeah. But I saw that, I was like, oh, that would have been fun if you chose that one.
Well, that's just it. Like the random pick. If he goes final first and leaves the Karapika second, you just lose.
Yep.
But he goes Karapika first and not the final. And then left the final, which could have been a last minute, oh my gosh, I survived this turn.
Yep.
Comeback victory story.
Because
Wow.
with that one, I could have at least blocked 2 of them.
Hmm.
And then I would literally have to. Well, I could have blocked at least. I could have blocked all 3 and then only dealt with 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have 2 to end it on the next turn.
Fair. Absolutely. Man, just the impact, really the showcase of what we just saw there. Like, that made the difference. The fact that the Unohanas didn't have the impact, the Kenpachis didn't have the impact, like, you were able to block them steadily enough to take the game away towards the end with those impact hits.
Yep.
Yeah. And for those that don't understand, impact means whenever you win a battle, you guarantee you get a life. So it's one of those things where you already don't want to block it because it's just losing the character for no reason. In Snipe is that ability where you can pick which character defends, and then nothing else can defend it in its place.
Yep.
And you can it's kind of like pseudo removal. Like, well, it is removal. It's targeted removal. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm picking that card. I want it off the board now. I'm going to win this battle, and I'm going to get a life from it.
Yep.
The other ability that we haven't seen too often, which is seen in green, is the double attack variants. Double attack triggers both at the same time, so you flip both that they pick at the exact same time and resolve effects congruently. You can pick however you want to resolve it.
Yeah.
I will say that if there's 2 cards left and there's a final in there, the final will trigger.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't. There's no.
Because you choose the order.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think I want to choose
The final. Good call. Yeah. But right now, I think those are the 3 that we have. Outside of Step, I guess, where you can kind of move in between the lines.
And then, of course, nullify impact.
Oh, nullify impact. That's right. Thanks. All right. So again, you won, so he puts you on the play where you want to be on the draw. But looks like he's going to start ramping out again. Starting out with 2 0 drops. Not bad. At the end turn, restanding, that's part of the rules. Like, every single time it comes into play rested, unless a card specifies otherwise. And restands at the end step.
Only 3 energy.
Okay. Kind of weak for this one, but they could, if depending on how your hand is, next turn you could be pushing some things forward to get some early swings in.
Might have to. Because if I didn't play anything that could generate more energy, would be
Yeah.
my hands pretty dead.
And that's part of the variance with this. Like, that's the risk we told you guys going into it. It's like, if you can't get the energy line produced right, it's kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing Porter electing into 4 energy, which he's still too
Or
shy from.
potentially 5.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He can rest it for a temporary energy production.
Yep.
But here's your first 3 AP turn. Taking a draw. Oh, that is not something you want to see this early in the game.
Nope.
It means you've got a terrible hand. But Good recovery.
Uh,
That's why the draw is important. What-
I'm just
That had to be
what
your
do
top
we
deck. Was that your top deck?
I think so. Either it was or wasn't. I was just looking for pretty much, and then of course
Ooh,
that's
I can
good to
fix
see.
it. Oh, yeah, you got to keep that.
Yep.
Emperor time off the top.
Yep. Definitely want to keep Emperor Times because I'm like that would be useful for later.
Yeah. Another thing in this game that I've noticed, you want to hang on to the removal. Use it sparingly and precisely, but you got to hang on to that removal because it is the only way to get back in a game that you might be losing. Is having that late game removal. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should use it, guys. But when you can get it, hang on to it. You only get really 4 in any deck, outside of like other characters that do some effects.
He's got 5.
Okay, all right, gonna push.
That back.
Oh, there we go for the double generation.
It's a guy I'm like he's gonna play.
Is he
Late,
gonna-
isn't he?
Okay, I was gonna say you better be playing
And
something.
Bankai.
Bankai. Okay. Oh, this is again. I sweat every time
Yep.
you guys play these restands. I'm just like,
It's like he's got something
Here it comes.
planned, doesn't he?
I don't think Kropika's on for this
And,
world. All right.
You got the Urana.
Unohana, just good 4K power, adds to consistency, taking 4 off the top, giving you constant threats.
Yep.
We've seen from Porter, his hand always seems to be full.
Yep. That Kenpachi, I always love to see him.
Right? This would be a time when maybe I'd raid Ichigawa.
And then
No,
you can play that
Akapachi.
for free. And
Yep.
then I was like,
That's
where's
right,
the
the
Toshiro?
Unohana.
And then, yep,
There it is.
just like rested.
And that one's going to get locked down. That means every single life hit that could restand it. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
Unless it's a... No, you can't even because you only have... What is that? 5 energy?
Which,
Yeah. Oh, would have been the answer,
I was like,
but
dang
not.
it.
Need 7.
I'm like, well, at least I have it in head now.
Right? Hit,
Then go.
gone, forget.
Had to hit. Kentucky gone. Now he's at 3.
Now, he didn't have enough 13 core Grunt Squad to freeze your back line.
And I was like, does
No,
that
no,
do
no.
that for that or no? I was like,
No,
okay.
that one's still locked up. Yep.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember if that it's the back row that's pretty much would be locked if or not locked if he didn't have enough. So I was like, is it this or this? And he told me, so I was like, okay.
Okay.
So I was
Fair
making
enough.
sure. Use one to draw, and then it's like, what to do? I'm like,
What
right
has he
now,
got
I only
going
have
here?
one thing that can attack. Let's
Alright.
move that up.
So using his turn to push up a Kropika, like that. You use one for the extra draw, right?
Gone.
So the draw happened first, and now you get the movement phase. Now we're into the playing the card phase.
Hunter's license.
This one plays a little bit differently than in One Piece, and where like everything has a phase where it's locked into these certain phases.
Yeah.
One Piece you can just kind of like play willy nilly. But ooh, I
Then
like that
one.
play.
Check the top. It's like
Ooh.
I'll leave him because
Yeah.
he does have impact as well as another right target.
What I'm noticing here, you don't have a lot of double pips in the back row, which is really what you want to start doing here.
Yep.
Ooh, okay, Emperor time.
Which would be nice if I had it.
Yeah,
All right, then give him plus 3,000, and I was just like, okay.
give him impact. Say, what are you targeting?
Uh,
Kenpachi?
I would probably think that I might, yeah,
Yeah.
because Kenpachi can get up to like 5,000, I think.
Yeah.
So just
Get that
so
impact, and this one's a restand.
Yep, reset
Power.
3,000, just like
Sure.
okay.
All right, but you put up a good board state. It's 5 to 6 in the life totals here. You've got a lot of 4K. What's that? 3K, 4K, 4K.
Yeah, 2 4Ks and a 3K. And it looks like I just noticed that I don't think I drew from winning Emperor time.
Oh,
Well,
got to remember the cards. Got it. It's
Yep.
good you notice now.
yep.
Like, make sure that you guys read the full cards. I make the same mistake all the time.
Yep.
Dude, how many times I make mistakes in this game? All right, 4K. I'm actually just gonna take this hit. Yeah.
Yep.
No point.
So,
All right,
well,
that's
I
a get.
did.
Another
I'm just
one.
like, go
we
ahead,
can
take it.
see Emperor time. Oh,
Just like, okay,
dude.
it hits a guy.
Hitting those removal spells from the life is so devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he's not going to be able to restand and defend against any of those things. He's going to take all 3 of these hits. Unless he wants to lose his only power. And don't forget, we do know you have
draw
a
another.
Kropika in hand. So I think, what are you digging for the double pips, aren't you?
Yep.
Makes
Then
sense.
I was like, all right, let's play another one because it looks like I still don't have any double energy. So right now I'm only at 5.
Mm.
And
Emperor time. All right.
I think I was like, I'll use it on that
Okay. Well, this one has impact if you have something strong, right? Or is it have to be 5K?
one.
It's not if you control 5K. It has to be 5K.
Yeah. I have to control 5K. And then I was
Okay.
like, okay, a double
Ooh,
energy. And
There
then
we go.
he blocked with that. I was like,
Well, you Emperor timed. You had to.
yeah.
You forced him to block with that one.
Yeah.
No. You
Oh, no.
no.
It was on the other one.
Oh, because he didn't want to give you the satisfaction.
That and I can't draw
guarantee
from
she-
it.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. Smart play. You gotta play into it. Don't give him an option to.
Yeah, I think I was debating on it, but I didn't realize that I wouldn't be able to draw. I thought it was just I had to hit. And then I read it against. Yeah,
That was actually a smart play.
I'm like, good job.
Yeah.
But as you can see, he still has no board.
Yep. And only 4 energy. No, 5 energy. Sorry, I missed that.
Yep.
So he needs at least 6 to play his Unohana combos. I think it's 5.
I think he just used one to draw, so I was like, "Oh, that's not good."
Okay, so
Yeah, we
that
got
good
rid of that.
removal because he has him on the field. Again, really important when playing these strategies with these removal spells. You've got to make sure that character is on the field somewhere. You're set up really well here. You got your Gone rushes and you got your Karapika rushes. So, or
Yeah.
raids, not rushes, raids.
Or technically not Kurapika because
You don't
I
have
don't
damage
have
yet. Yeah.
so I'm just like, all right, let's
Oh,
put those up.
you're going in for a final kill swing here.
That I mean, he has nothing in front. I could get 4 damage.
Yep.
As well as I have 3. I know that I got 1, so right
Mhm.
now I'm at 5.
Just need another double pip.
And then I got wing,
Ooh,
so
wing,
right now I'm
okay.
at 6.
This has an on-play ability though, a really good one, right?
Oh no, he has activate
Activate
main,
main.
so pretty
Hmm.
much I could do it every turn.
It's a really powerful
Do
card.
that. Check the top.
Oh, Neon.
like,
yeah,
Neon,
you're
I'll
keeping
keep
that.
It's like Unohana.
Does he have enough? No. He has 5 to 6
I
cost
was
here.
like, okay, let's attack the goal. He's like, go ahead. I'm just like, Kenpachi, draw a card.
Yeah, draw a card.
So I'm just like,
And
attack.
nothing.
Nothing. I was like, eee. That one.
And
Plus 3.
it's
So I was just like,
oh my gosh.
I'm like, this is pretty much over.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he had put up a good fight, but hitting the removal spell from the life, the
Mhm.
Emperor time from hand that you
Mhm.
saved just to make sure you could snipe the right time.
Yep.
He did. I like the block that we saw here, but unless he has another final trigger in hand, this is not going to be enough.
Played Kenpachi to kill the goons. So I was just like, oh, okay.
No, a double
then
action point.
End his turn.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
you've got 3 attackers. He's got 1 defender.
yep.
And you've got impact for days.
I'm just like, let's move going up.
Makes sense.
Then,
Don't forget you have the
Neon.
wing activate.
yep.
Here's the wing.
Top 4.
Neon, that's going to give you the 7. So now a Karapika off the top could be an additional seal of the deal. I mean, your board state's really good in this situation.
So I'm like,
Oh,
I'll grab
Hisoka.
Hisoka and play him over top of that. Go.
Now, when you play it on top of it, that's when it goes to removal area. A little bit different. You have the sideline removal area. Anytime you remove something that's from play, goes to the removal area, guys. Not to the sideline.
And I'm just like, I use 1. And this is
Jeez, yeah.
Let's raid.
I mean, yes, get it in while you can. He's only got
It's
1
like,
hit. You
snipe.
got to play through the final trigger potential.
Yep.
But yeah, get rid of the blocker
Yep.
and
Kenpachi.
Kenpachi.
Yep, I think I was debating between using Hisoka's ability to make a blocker, or just doing Kurapika. I was like, I'll do Kurapika.
Yeah.
Because I was debating on Hisoka just because it's Hisoka.
I can definitely see now watching this game because these guys told me to watch this thing to see where he got. But after this match, both Porter and I were redoing our decks. I should pull those things up for you on Xburst, not sponsored, just really good app. But he came back to me and he said, "Hey, I really need to change up my deck list. I need to get myself into something a little more competitive. I need more power. I need more power."
Yep.
So what we did is we took my green bleach deck and kind of like took the cards together and made 2 copies of the same green bleach. This is what he upgraded to. Like, he needed those 5Ks. He was seeing that he just felt too far behind. Where this is good, Unohana's great,
Yeah.
but she's only a 4K after play.
Yep.
You need something that blocking for 5K can stop those snipes, can stop
And he has
the
impact.
yeah.
And if you get multiple, every time he swings, he's giving plus 2,000 to everything else.
Yeah, just
which is devastating.
right. And you can see kind of like where he's put a lot of these characters from this new build into. Isn't this Impact? Let me see that.
Yeah, that's double damage.
Double damage. Ooh.
Yep.
So this is gonna be kind of like a rush in the early game, get the double hits in that we saw from Matt the other day.
Yeah, I know. When I faced Matt, I don't know how he managed it. He definitely high rolled big time. Like turn 3, he got 2 of the Shinsui and then 2 of the Yamamoto.
Yeah.
And literally impact, double damage, double damage. So literally I went down to 1 by like turn 3 or 4. I was like, well, okay, I guess you're gonna win.
Right. No, I mean it's so hard to come back from that point because you're the triggers aren't hitting anything. You're not raiding anything because you haven't had time to set up your board yet. He's double hitting through your life, so now all he has to do is go wide, where he has 4 to your 3. That last life is gone. Yeah. Right. Depending, of course, what's in life, but it's just so difficult getting so much of your 7 life down to nothing, where blocking is almost mandatory, and you're always losing. And then those resources gone where it could have added to your board state in the later games. It's just absolutely devastating. And I think I agree with him. I think that this is where we're going from it. Guys, remember to check us out. I'll send you the link directly to this deck list, but you can check out my Humbro channel. I have all of our deck lists right here. Usually I put these things on Patreon, but this one, because the expert seems to be doing a great job of keeping track of my decks so I can keep these things updated. This is where you'll find all my deck lists, guys. I've got all these built right now outside of Total Annihilation and Gojo Yellow. These are not released yet. I will be building these. I will be tweaking these once the set gets released this week. But right now I have these decks are at the shop at all times, ready to pick up and get some games to play. So if you're trying to learn how to play the game, please come see me. I'd love to teach you guys. I have plenty of extra decks. If you're in the local area, I will help tailor to what you want to do. I've been helping Porter with his bleach strategy. I've been helping you with your Karapika builds when you need it, I guess. You pretty much have everything you need. But we do get some practice in, which is where the help in. Midnight was putting that Zoldyck. We've been tweaking that like every single week. Just making sure that we get the right numbers, the right ratio. I really enjoy it. I can't wait. Next round, we're going to see her playing that Zoldyck family against my Gonin friends. We'll see where that goes. Spencer, another guy getting into the game. He's piloted in my deck for me because I had to help Porter put these things together. We spent the entire afternoon upgrading these decks to the optimal versions of themselves. Yeah. Many of these decks we open up on channel with 3-box thing. I told you guys about, actually. So I had this thing, and I'm still going to keep doing this with you guys, where you could buy 3 boxes and get 90% of any deck you want in any color. Minimal investment after that. And that's the only game I know where you can buy 3 boxes and get that close to building any deck you want in that format. Yeah. Okay. Other decks, like, don't get me wrong, One Piece is great, but if I was to buy 3 boxes of one set of One Piece, I'm still only going to have bits and pieces for a deck.
Good luck.
Yeah, right. If I in Magic the Gathering, if I buy 3 of those things, I still don't even have 4 sets of everything. Like you need to buy a case in Magic the Gathering just to get sets of things, right? Yeah. And especially the cards that most people are playing in certain decks, and there's just too much variance. Like this is a game, and I think Gundam's going to be the same way, where you have the opportunity to invest small and be able to play everything, and then tweak it. So for the decks that I have over here in X-Burst, that you guys can check out with the Humbro, all these things were upgraded. I open them. I put this. You can look at the VODs back on Twitch, check these things out, and see all the decks were started, and then where I upgraded it to. And I upgraded them. I took the cards aside. I went to Lifelink Games, said, "Hey, do you got any of these extras?" Threw down a tenner and picked up all the pieces I needed. From there, it's like not even. I think the Blue Bomber cost me all of $3. Specified slot cost me $5 for an upgrade. Zoldyck was mostly with trade, but I would say trade-wise, it wouldn't cost me more than $10 if I just bought them. As not, everyone's been hooking me up with that. It didn't cost me anything. My guys are throwing stuff for the Stern Rider decks. They're like, I don't care about this. You can have it.
Pretty much.
But yeah, minimal investment, guys. Like you can get all these decks, and we at Humbro are going to build them all. Gotta build them all. All right, guys, we're gonna take. Actually, before we go, do you have anything to say?
No.
Okay. Do you want to remind people to type that in the chat. We're going to check in how things are going on YouTube. Looks like we got some good viewer count, and Twitch looking like it's getting piled up there. I mean, we see you guys. Make sure you comment on the tweet if you want to be in the running for these 3 packs. I don't think the hit's been hit yet, so could be big money getting tossed out tonight. Oh, we'll see. Find out towards the end. We got 2 more matches left. Next one is going to be Spencer versus Midnight. Stay tuned for round 2 of Union Arena.
I'm feeling high when I'm low. I'm feeling high when I'm low.